You know, I never put a rule on the series as to what exactly I have to review. So you know what? I just got done watching this NASCAR race. I'm gonna review this. Let's see what happens. I mean, come on, this was a special race. A lot of interesting things happened. That's the reason why I'm reviewing this. I love NASCAR. I'm a huge fan of this sport. I've always, loved the ideas, the strategy that goes into it. I've always loved the drivers. I've always loved the spectacle of it. So, we're just going to do this. I'm sure people are going to be very, very confused, especially my normal subscribers, whenever they see this random video pop up. I've never done this before. But I wanted to step out my comfort zone. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see. I've been wanting to do NASCAR content for a little bit. Like I said, it's one of my biggest interests in terms of sports. So, why not? This race had everything. Controversy, rain, great racing, and an amazing, amazing winner. I mean, come on, Eric Almirola. That is cool. And the way he did it was through like a comeback sort of scenario. I didn't think he was in contention to win this race. I really didn't. But as soon as he came up to the front, I immediately was rooting for him. I'm one of those guys where I do like my fair share of drivers. Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch. Oh yeah, we'll get to him a little bit. We'll get to him. Don't worry about that. We'll get to him. I just want to talk about the race itself. And I totally forgot to mention the track. I mean, the track is a whole other story in itself. The 50th race at New Hampshire. What a 50th. But back to Almirola and everything. Back to all that and stuff. I'm one of those NASCAR fans where I do have my fair share of favorite drivers. I do, always. But man, do I love nothing more than to watch a person who doesn't win often, like Eric Almirola, but is very, very well respected, like Eric Almirola is, win a race, especially in that fashion. You even had a little bit of drama at the very end with him and Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon trying to stay inside the playoffs. Austin Dillon trying to keep himself in a good position to be inside the playoffs. Because if Almirola wins this race, he's out of the playoffs. So he was trying to actually stop him to try and slow him down so that way Christopher Bell could catch up a little bit. But alas, Almirola was able to scoot on past him. Of course, I mentioned the rain. The rain was a little bit of a 2-hour thing. It wasn't really a big damper on the race. No pun intended, but it wasn't really a big damper on the race. At first, I thought it was. The race, like the beginning, was ugly. Once again, we have to talk about the rain situation in NASCAR, as I like to call it, the rain situation. It's been a thing for probably a good 2 years, I would say. It's probably been a conversation for a lot of people for the past, 2 years in the sport, for sure, where NASCAR just doesn't call a caution or a red flag for rain. And to better explain for the outsiders of the sport, to better explain that, rain equals not good. Rain is bad. These tires are slick. They're not like road tires. They don't have grip on them. So if the track gets wet, they slide up the racetrack. You've lost your car. There's no chance of recovering from it. It's insta wall. And that's exactly what happened. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., nearly Denny Hamlin, all went into the outside wall in turn 1. I think Martin Truex said that he felt rain, a lap before. They even showed an onboard where you could see, the raindrops on the roof cam. Come on. And then, of course, you had Kyle Busch, which was the most frustrated of the few that were involved, saying that was misting, ever since the start of the race and that it shouldn't have been green at all. I will tell you, and I'm going to tell you this as a Kyle Busch fan that is very honest about how Kyle Busch is. A lot of NASCAR fans know exactly what I'm talking about. Kyle Busch's anger and frustration was warranted, I would say. Yeah, warranted. However, the pace car issue, I'm not too sure about that one. Basically what happened was, under caution, Kyle Busch, bumped the back of the pace car. Keep in mind, this pace car is a normal car. So no safety features, no nothing like that. And he just bumps it. He really, really, bumps that bumper, that back bumper of that pace car, and nearly spins it. And that could have been bad. That was not called for at all. I agree with his frustration, but I don't know. That had no point really being there. And it's confusing and baffling to me because during his interview, he was saying, I don't want to get in trouble. And I'm like, well, you just wrecked you're probably going to get fined regardless. So, but aside from that, though, the racing was amazing. some of the best racing at New Hampshire I've seen. Which is amazing because New Hampshire is usually the one to be a boring racetrack. A lot of people would say it's a boring racetrack. But I don't know, man. Something about today. It was just good. Was it the drama of the playoffs? Maybe, partially. But I would say the racing itself was pretty good. I mean, you had cars passing each other, you had a few battles, some for second position, others for third, others for the lead. I mean, I already mentioned the Austin Dillon thing at the very end of the race. So you had a lot of really, really cool moments. Not to mention the strategy, of course, the strategy that goes into it whenever you pit, whenever you don't pit. That was very interesting to watch. What more can you say? It's a good race. It was a great race. I definitely was not expecting it, especially after that beginning part. I mean, not only do you have the rain coming in, not having the red flag being displayed immediately, but you also have Joey Logano getting a penalty after one of his crew members was, like, working on the car, like, during the red flag. Like, it was nuts. It was insane. These first 12 laps of this race were insane. Probably the most eventful 12 laps I've ever seen in NASCAR. So much happened. You know, so many things happened. A strange video. A very, very strange video, but I hope it was entertaining for a lot of people. I'll do this again at some point for sure. I'm not gonna be like every other NASCAR YouTuber, no offense to them, but I'm not gonna be like everyone where they review each and every single race of every single week. I kind of want to approach it the exact same way I do with my cartoon reviews, where if I have something to say, I'll say it, but if I don't have anything to say, don't expect a video. Not to say the race was, like, awful or anything if I don't say anything. But, you know, I'm very, very picky whenever it comes to things I review. Very picky. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, awesome. And, of course, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. And goodbye, everybody. I will see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.